Welcome to SUPRS Live. This is the Supermodified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series. We're so glad you could join us here from the great state of Pennsylvania for night number one of the 17th Annual Keystone Nationals. Welcome, everybody. I am Bob Gamer. I'll be your host for tonight and all three nights of our trek through the Keystone State, the mountains and the valleys and the beautiful woodlands of this wonderful state here well, I guess you could call it the close Midwest. It's more of an eastern state, but certainly has seen plenty of great super modified racing down through the years, and we're excited to be able to bring you three nights of it with NASCAR Heat and R Factor kicking off things tonight at the square circle of Route 93. And if you're watching the broadcast right now, you can certainly see what we mean when we call it the square circle, a fictional track, but the drivers will tell you it reminds them of the old famed Flemington Fairgrounds Speedway in Flemington, New Jersey. Just a giant square that you run like a circle. Sometimes it's hard to remember where you're at on the racetrack. It'll be an exciting race here tonight at Route 93. Talking about the Keystone Nationals, this is the 17th version of this race, and down through the years, we've had some great competitions. Some years it's been four races, some years it's only been two races. And the very first year Supers was around, we didn't have a series per se. It was just the Randy Whitcomb Memorial. But starting out tonight here at Route 93, this track has been on the Keystone Nationals schedule since our very first Keystone Nationals in 2005, when Canadian Sean Gibbs was the Keystone Nationals champion. We have got three former Keystone Nationals champions in here tonight. Rocket Rob Warren has the most of any driver with four, and he'll be looking to get back in on track and win the Keystone Nationals. It's all about good feature finishes, to come home with the Keystone Nationals champ, because those are the points that count towards that regional tour that we do here through Pennsylvania. There you can see all of the Keystone Nationals champions. It is who's who, and it is hard to win. Some of the greats in Supers competition in the 18 years that Supers has been around, and we know that looking back through there, it has never been easy to pick up this event. The drivers all qualified earlier tonight, and then they went into their heat races handicapped if they were in the Elite Eight, split them up into even and odd heats. Winners of the heat races, Ryan Clunan and Dave O, those two are in the top five of the feature event, or excuse me, top five of the season championships. And we are certainly expecting good things out of both those drivers. Dave O, your defending Keystone Nationals champion, he's got two to his career record. Last year, he swept all three events of the Keystone Nationals, only the second time in the history of Keystone Nationals that had been done. Dave O out of Connecticut in the TMS Wolfpack, number 11. He'll be going away from inside row 2. We took everybody that made it into the top four finishing positions of the heat, and we're inverting them for the feature. Before we give you the starting lineup for night number one of the Keystone Nationals here at the Square Circle Route 93 Raceway in Slusser, Pennsylvania, let's tell you what happened last weekend at Lee USA Speedway for the BMK Logistics President's Day Special. It was a really cool race. Nice to be back to Lee USA Speedway in New Hampshire. And no surprise that our winner was Dave O, but it was a great battle all the way to the end of the race between sponsor Brad Keyser and the BMK Logistics number 3, trying to get back around the 11. The last time we had been to Lee was in 2019, and Keyser was the winner. But on the podium, as well as Keyser in second place, was Rapid Ryan Clunan in third. And great night of racing at Lee USA Speedway. You can read more about it on supers.net. You can watch the video on our Twitch collections, and you can also see it on YouTube. Make sure you check that out and watch that feature race. That 75 lapper was a good one. We are looking forward to some big races coming up here towards the end of the season as we head into spring. Our season ends in April for the Wing Super Modifieds, and we'll get through Keystone Nationals here in Pennsylvania this week, and then next week we're headed to the Hoosier State and Circle City for the two-race finale of the Indiana Supermod Challenge Regional Tour. We hope that you can join us. Go to supers.net, click on that schedule tab at the top of the page, and then you'll also be able to see real super modified events across the country. So lots of great things going on in our world as well as the real super modified world, and that's where you can also learn more about real super modifieds. No two cars are alike. The ultimate short track race car. We invite you to click that fan tab and then click Supermod 101, and you'll learn why we call them go-karts on steroids, the mighty super modifieds, and the ultimate short track race cars. The only thing we race here at Supers, and the reason we do that is to raise money for injured super modified drivers through the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for super modifieds. You can make a donation of any kind or any amount, and it all goes to help injured drivers in their times of need. To date, thousands of dollars have been paid out to drivers throughout the 18-year history of Supers, and it's why we say it's super modified sim racing for the right reason.